Okay, everybody, I stopped the lesson here at this slide number 10 of 1.1. So what I'm going to do here is to just go through this part here, try yourself 3 on how you can complete the square when x squared has a negative coefficient. So what we have here is this. To complete the square for these two cases, what I need to do is to first factorize -1. So I get x squared minus 6x minus 5. Then the next part here, I will apply my divide by 2 square copy d2sc. So I get is x, the square, the minus -6 divided by 2 is -3. Squaring that gives you a -9. Gives you a 9 rather. Then you copy down the -5. So if I simplify, what I get is x minus 3 square minus 14. If I now multiply my negative in by expanding here and here, so my final term should give me y equals to negative x minus 3 square plus 14. Now I will attempt this one here. So similarly, first step, the coefficient of x squared must be positive 1. So if I factorize -1, I get x squared plus x plus 1. Then what I do here is this. The x, the square, the minus, I divide by 2 gives me half. Square gives me a quarter. I copy plus 1. Then if I expand, okay, what I'll get is negative x plus half square minus 3/4. And this is that for my right hand side question, and I'm done with completing the square. I hope by now you have mastered this technique of completing a square. It's actually very simple, and this technique is essential both in E-maths and A-maths as well. So you need to be able to very quickly get the completed square form. It will also be applied in additional mathematics when we learn about the equation of circles as well. I think it will be very handy. And also in chapter 1, okay, of your A-maths, you actually learn about maxima and minima, which you require this technique in order to be able to succeed in that topic. I now carry on with the next part here. The next part is to solve a quadratic equation by completing the square. So I will start with part A. For part A, express it in this form, which is the completed square form. So I copy down x squared plus 6x minus 7. So completing the square, I have the x, the square, the minus. 6 divided by 2 gives you 3. Squaring 3 gives you 9. You copy the -7 down. So the completed square form will yield x plus 3 square minus 16. Now, part B, please pay attention to the word hence. So you must use what you have gotten in part A to solve part B itself. So part B, the question is x squared plus 6x minus 7 is equal to 0. So you do know that they are equivalent, okay, as in this x plus 3 squared minus 16 is equivalent to x squared plus 6x minus 7. So I'll write down x plus 3 squared minus 16 is equal to 0. At this point, please do not expand x plus 3 squared, you go back, you go and factorize. So in the completed square form, there's a very specific way to solve this. And to solve this, what we do here is I have x plus 3 squared is equals to 16. Now, when you have a square, how do we get rid of the square? We will square root, okay, both sides of the equation. So if I were to square root both sides of the equation, what I get is x plus 3 is equals to 4. If you stop here, please be very careful. Remember that when you square root, there's both something known as a positive root, but there's also something known as the negative root. So square root of 16 yields 4, but square root of 16 will also yield -4. So there is also the negative root itself. Hence, x is equals to 1 and x is equals to -7. I invite you to try slide 12. You can write on Classkick itself. Please go and complete this, and if you're able to and done everything correctly, you should be able to get x is equals to 3 and x equals to -5. I won't belabor this point. I will actually move